Meanwhile, the losses, these guys are continued to take casualties. So they took, 3 killed and 12 wounded, and now they got Sergeant Cox killed by a booby trap. They got Dyson lost both legs. Hendrickson's blinded, suffered groin injuries, and lost an arm and a leg. So they're continuing to take casualties, and on top of the casualties that they're taking, you're starting to get an escalation of behavior, of negative behavior. And here's an example of that. Back to the book. A villager passing on a bicycle was beaten up but managed to escape. A woman working in the fields was shot when somebody shouted that she was carrying a weapon. When the squad came closer, they discovered she was unarmed and still alive. They shot her again and kicked her body to a pulp. Somebody stole her ring. They were now close to their base, and angry villagers stormed the camp in protest against the murder. Medina managed to hush it up. No one was charged with any offense. Medina said later that the woman had been discovered with a detonator still in her hand. Callie commented that Medina wasn't about to lose men just because they kicked a Vietnamese kid or killed a damn innocent woman. He had to keep a combat-effective unit. So now you've got clear cover-up going on by the chain of command. Hey, she had a detonator. She didn't have a detonator. And it's very visible to see this downward spiral from a letter from Greg Olson, who, like I said, he was the faithful Mormon kid. And he writes a letter to his dad back in the States. Dear Dad, how's everything with you? I'm still here on the bridge. We leave Saturday. One of our platoons went out on a routine patrol today and came across a 155 millimeter artillery round that was booby trap. It killed 1 man, blew the legs off 2 others, and injured 2 more. And it all turned out a bad day, made even worse. On their way back to Dottie, which is the name of their camp, they saw a woman working in the fields. They shot and wounded her. Then they kicked her to death and emptied their magazines in her head. They slugged every little kid they came across. Why in God's name does this have to happen? These are all seemingly normal guys. Some were friends of mine. For a while, they were wild like animals. It was murder, and I'm ashamed of myself for not trying to do anything about it. This isn't the first time, Dad. I've seen it many times before. I don't know why I'm telling you this. I guess I just want to get it all off my chest. My faith in fellow man is all shot to hell. I just want my time to pass, and I just want to come home. I really believe, as you do, Dad, there's a cause behind all this, and if it is God's will for me to go, I would rather do it here than home on a freeway. Saturday, we're going to be dropped by air in an NVA stronghold. I'm hoping I'll be able to get out of here for a few days to go to a conference. Don't expect any letters from me for a while, but please keep writing them. I love and miss you and Mom so much. Your son, Greg. So again, highlighted in there, the normalcy of the guys and how they're starting to slide. It's obvious to Greg Olson that what's happening is wrong. And unfortunately, he's not stepping up and saying anything. He's not bringing it to the attention of anyone. He's letting it happen. Back to the book. With these most recent losses, Charlie Company was down to 105 men. Since arriving in Vietnam 3 months before, they had suffered 28 casualties, including 5 killed, 3 of them in action. All the casualties had come from mines, booby traps, and snipers. They had never seen or encountered the enemy in any strength. There had been no heavy contact. They were battle-scarred without being battle-hardened. So you can imagine, again, it's what my high school teacher told me. They're taking these casualties, and it's very similar to Iraq and Afghanistan, where I think in Iraq it was 75% of the casualties are from IEDs. So there's no one to shoot at after an IED blows up. Oftentimes there's nothing to shoot at.